Much, Madam Chair. I heard some of our witnesses say that business requires certainty and predictability. We've gotten anything but that in the last 64 days with tariffs on and off, mass firings, deportations, chaos, division, all slowly wrecking our economy. Unemployment is rising, growth is slowing, the stock market is dropping, and even President Trump admitted that we could be headed for a recession. So I'm not sure how many people realize this, but natural resources are absolutely critical for Florida's economy. We have a huge ecotourism industry, huge fisheries, national parks, all this being utilized to help out. And I know many of your constituents get to enjoy coming to Florida, and we welcome them. It's America's playground, which is why President Trump's cuts to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, otherwise known as NOAA, is hitting us very hard. A 10% cut in personnel, over 1,000 employees fired, another 1,000 from the national parks, by the way. Our state gets just devastated by hurricanes. This is going to affect everything from preparedness for floods to hurricanes to other natural disasters, our readiness, our response. And I could tell you, after a hurricane hits, it takes sometimes weeks to months for folks to be able to recover, sometimes years. It affects lives and livelihoods. Central Florida farmers are still recovering from Hurricanes Helene and Milton, along with businesses along the Gulf of Mexico, like in St. Pete, where you have a lot of these small mom and pop hotels that are still getting sand out of their first floors and trying to recover and rebuild. Even grants to improve weather forecasts have been cut, which also hurts, again, readiness, response. The more time we have, the better we can protect small businesses across Florida. Also, fisheries are absolutely critical for our state, both recreational and commercial. Everybody is pretty familiar with grouper or red snapper, both favorites of mine and many others. NOAA helps manage fisheries. NOAA helps navigation information for ships and marine sanctuaries. Huge for fishing, huge for tourism in Florida. And so when you have cuts ordered without guidance on where to cut, nothing's efficient about that. Most of these folks are probationary employees. The only thing they have going for them of why they got selected is because they've been there for 3 years or less. Some of them could be management, they could be experts, or they could be the new guy on the block. And so you literally, at random by how they came in, cut these folks, and then it makes it even less efficient than it was before. This is the Committee of Jurisdiction. We should be having hearings on this. I don't see anybody from NOAA here, from the national parks. I, in fact, haven't seen anybody yet invited from those agencies, and this is going to affect our biggest industries in Florida, especially tourism. Dr. Kariva, thank you for being here. Environmental tourism, huge in Florida. You know how many people go to our beaches? They go out on boats and recreational fishing. They go to see the manatees, get to enjoy the Everglades and so many other areas like the Kissimmee chain of lakes in my district. How are these NOAA cuts affecting tourism both in your area and across the nation?
Well, in our area, NOAA is very much involved in recovering the kelp ecosystem, which is our the West Coast productive ecosystem. And these cuts will hurt the efforts to restore kelp. And kelp is incredibly economically valuable. It seems like it's just a plant, but per acre of kelp generates in fisheries income alone, just in fisheries income alone, between $5,000 and $20,000 per acre each year if you have an intact kelp. And NOAA is the science agency and a support agency that's involved in rebuilding that whole kelp ecosystem, which is everything from otters to abalone and so on.
And people spend a lot of money to be able to recreational fish or get to see those otters or scuba dive. What have you been seeing lately as a result of this?
Well, I mean, even that, just think about the fact that we had a lot of talk about the Endangered Species Act. We recovered whales, and now just in California alone, it's a $20 million a year industry to just go out whale watching. That's courtesy of the Endangered Species Act, to be able to go out whale watching. So it's going to be really important to the whole coastal economy to restore this kelp.
and we welcome all your constituents out to Florida to enjoy, and in a bipartisan fashion. I know Congressman Webster's on this committee. This is absolutely critical that we protect NOAA and we protect both our fisheries and tourism. It's huge business in our state, and I yield back.